lusty and respectful singing there of the cup final hymn. And the sound really does stay in this stadium and reverberate around it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure they're just now itching to get out of that tunnel area. I'm not sure any of them are singing along, but it is a great atmosphere. I think it's going to be an eruption, as we always get on these settings with both sides, and I'm sure just at this moment they want to get out there, settle down and get on with this game.
Tony Adams there is on a record today. Should Arsenal win and he pick up the FA Cup, it would be the third time. The only other captain in the modern game to have achieved that in the FA Cup is Brian Robson, who lifted it 3 times with Manchester United. Arsene Wenger, who knows that man only too well. And Chelsea emerged from their dressing room, the unlucky South dressing room, as it's so called at this point in the afternoon. 1 or 2 superstitions being carried out. And now we are waiting the roar which will greet Arsenal and Chelsea for the FA Cup final of 2002.
They can hear everything from in there.
Big game, big players, big stakes. And here's the man who will lead Chelsea out. You'll recognise him straight away. Roberto Di Matteo, scorer of the fastest ever Wembley FA Cup final goal in 1997, 43 seconds. And scorer of the winner 2 years ago when Chelsea beat Aston Villa. His career sadly ended by a broken leg. Now listen.
Please welcome the 2 FA Cup finals sponsored by AXA 2002, Arsenal and Chelsea.
What a gesture that is to let Di Matteo lead Chelsea out by Ranieri, the coach there. I mean, how many managers would give up the glory of leading their team out on cup final day?
It's a fantastic opportunity, and perhaps Claudio believes he might be back here leading his time out, their side out. But great shame. He contributed a lot to the transition of Chelsea from becoming a mixed team with overseas players, and must be a great moment for him.
Yes, Chelsea won the FA Cup under Ruud Gullit. They won it under Gianluca Vialli. Now they attempt to win it under Claudio Ranieri, who himself has won the equivalent competition as a manager in Italy and in Spain.
Lennart Johansson, President of UEFA, accompanied by Mr. Jeff Thompson, Chairman of the Football Association, Mr. Adam Crozier, Chief Executive.
No royalty on cup final day now. The chief guest is Lennart Johansson, the president of UEFA, who was so busy at the important FIFA meeting yesterday that he actually missed his flight, but managed to get here in time for the match. And he will be presenting the cup at the end of the afternoon. He's accompanied by the chairman of AXA UK, Anthony Hamilton, and the chairman of our own FA, a UEFA vice president, Mr. Jeff Thompson. Graham Rousseau looks in jovial mood. But I'm just thinking that Chelsea-Middlesbrough final when Di Matteo scored in the first minute, that was the final when Ravanelli risked an injury and was taken off very early in the game. One hopes that won't happen to Hasselbank.
No, you've just got to go with him, though. His calf's one of those. You hope I'm sure he's warmed up. It's just sometimes you're just having a little break. The ball comes to you suddenly, and you sort of spring into action, and that's when perhaps you get an injury like that. First time, interesting that also all the substitutes of Chelsea came out to be presented to the guest. Arsenal just stayed with their starting 11. Normally that's the case, but the whole squad of Chelsea lined up.
Adam Crozier, the FA chief executive, is there too, sharing a joke with Tony Adams, and we'll confirm the teams for you and the substitutes after the National Anthem.
For the National Anthem.
you could see the French influence on Arsenal there. The arms around the shoulders, something the national team always do when they play a Marseillaise. And everywhere you look among these two teams, a talented player from overseas, but there are Englishmen like Frank Lampard hoping to make their mark here today. And the two captains, Desai and Adams, exchanging pennants. Let's check on the two teams as they're announced over the public address system.